What's going on? It's your big brother TREN. You tuned in again to another informative video. Inflation is so bad that people would rather be single than date nowadays. That's how bad inflation is, that you see more single people out more than never before. It's almost like rare to see a couple walking together. And you get this feeling when you see couples walking together, or a married couple with kids walking together. It's like something out of a movie nowadays, because it's just not common to see two people in love with each other, you know, with their kids with them, and everybody's happy and joyful, okay? And it's just not common anymore for people to be dating because inflation is so bad. As a matter of fact, if you're single right now and you're watching this video, I personally don't think that the reason why you're single is because you really want to be single deep down on the inside. I think that the reason why you're single right now is because the title of this video. I think that inflation is so out of control and everything is so expensive and costs so much that you just don't have time for dating anymore. You don't have time to get to know anybody anymore personally, because you're spending most of your time trying to pay bills. You're spending most of your time trying to make ends meet and trying to make sure that you keep food in the refrigerator and keep your kids fed. And this is because the economy, you know, the crisis that we're going through in this recession right now that's happening, that nobody's saying that's what it really is, but it really truly is. This is the reason why the dating scene is so messed up. It's crazy because like 2 days ago, I ordered DoorDash. I downloaded DoorDash and I said, you know, I don't want to cook today. I don't even want to drive my car to go get any food. I was just being like a couch potato that day. And so I decided to order something from off DoorDash. And I was looking at the prices on DoorDash, and it was blowing my mind that if you order like one meal on DoorDash, at the end, after paying a $2 or $3 tip and giving the driver his fare or share that you would give him personally when he showed up to your door, I spent like $35 just for one meal on DoorDash. And it wasn't even the best food. I think it was like something similar to fast food. I think I got a burger and some waffle fries. And it came up to like $32. So I paid $35 because I also gave the driver a tip when he got to the door and whatnot. And I just noticed the facial expression on the dasher when he got to my door. He looked exhausted. I mean, he was sweating. I had to go get him some tip money. And so I had to run back into my room to go get the tip money for him. And when I came back to the door to give him his tip money, he was nowhere to be found. And he said that he had went to his car to turn his car off because he was trying to save gas. So that just proves that dashers and Uber Eats drivers are not even making the right amount of money that they should be making when they are delivering their meals to people. It's ridiculous. Somebody told me that doing DoorDash, you only make like $3 per trip. $4 here and there, $3 here, $2 here, $5 there. And when you do make these trips, most of the time you have to go way across town, 11, 12, 13 miles out to deliver a cheeseburger to somebody for $3. It's ridiculous. So it's ridiculous now to even drive DoorDash or to do Uber Eats and stuff like that, because the inflation is so bad. They're not even paying the proper amount of money to the people who are doing the drives. It's ridiculous. It's out of control. And I remember once upon a time, I used to go into Subway and I used to get like a freaking foot long for like $6. Don't you know when you go into like Subway now, the Subway sandwiches are like $13 and $14. Same thing with one of my favorite places to go eat, which is Chipotle. I like to go to Chipotle because it's it's fulfilling. It like fills you up, and you can eat like one half at the moment you buy it, and then save the rest for later because it's so much in the bowl. And that alone is like $13-14 just for that. I mean, that is ridiculous. It shouldn't be no more than $7-8. You know, when you go to these little quick stop restaurants to get some food, you're getting charged the price as if you went to a 5-star restaurant almost. You know, you're paying close to $50 just to eat a simple basic meal because the inflation is so bad. So this leads to like why dating is so bad now. People are just remaining single because it just costs too much money to get to know somebody. You know, if you're a woman and somebody wants to date you, you want to look nice when you go out on a date. So as a woman, you want to go get your hair done before you meet this guy. You want to dress nice. That costs money. You have to buy a nice outfit. You might have to get your nails done, of course. You're not going to go see him with like your nails not done, or you know, you don't have a good manicure or pedicure. That costs money, almost $100 to get that done right, ladies. And not only that, but the travel, the commute, the gas that you have to spend to take somebody out. And so this is also why I believe a lot of men have stopped approaching women, and a lot of men are not dating anymore too, is because most of the time men like to be gentlemen because that's what they want to do to prove their worthiness. You know, it's always like, well, I need to take her out for the first time and I need to buy her some drinks. And if we go out to eat or something, if I take her out to dinner or wherever we go, if we go to the movies or something, I don't want her to pull out her card or her money. How does that make me look, you know? But now, since inflation is so bad, guys are not even able to afford taking women out no more, because he has to drive to pick her up if she's the one to getting picked up. And then, you know, if he goes out to date her, he doesn't necessarily have the money to pay for a meal at Ruth Chris or the Cheesecake Factory or something. So, you know, now it's like you can't even date anymore. It's like it's cheaper to be single now. And personally, I don't think that it takes all of that to date anybody. I think it's something as simple as walking around a park just to get to know somebody. I mean, because that's what you're doing in the first place. But see, America has tricked everybody into believing that everything should be about money, because we stay in a capitalistic society to where not only do guys have to have a bankroll nowadays, but it's required for women to have a bankroll also. So that's why women no more want to allow guys to take them out anymore if they don't have money, because she needs money. And this is why guys is not approaching women anymore, because he knows that she's going to definitely expect him to pay for things on the first date. And so, but getting to know each other shouldn't have to be about capitalism. Getting to know people shouldn't have to be about money, but that's what they want everybody in this country to think. You know, that's how it is here. It's like you got to have money to do everything. But in order to date, you can do something as simple as just to go to a coffee shop, you know, ice cream parlor, or like I said, the park or something like that, just to get to know somebody. That's all it really takes, okay? But they have indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that if somebody can't spend money on you, then they shouldn't be with you, you know? I've heard a lot of girls saying, well, I want a guy to have money. You know, I've heard a lot of women say, I want a man to have money. And she's right, he should have money. But at the same time, now we're in a situation to where guys have to have a woman that can be able to reciprocate the same amount of money that he's putting out to her for him, because it has to be reciprocated now, because there's no way one person can be taking care of two people anymore, because everything is so high priced now and everything is so expensive. You know, people can barely take care of their own kids, let alone having a new partner in their life and having to take care of that one partner. So it has to be 50-50 in the society that we live in nowadays. Otherwise, a relationship would not work, and it'll just drain one or the other, all right? And so, you know, a lot of people are just not dating anymore. A lot of people are just being single and saving their money and finding ways to make themselves happy, like going to the gym, like taking themselves out to dates with themselves and whatnot. A lot of people are just sitting back and just chilling, man, and just sitting in the air conditioning inside the house and just like, you know what? I'm not about to spend my money on a person who is trying to get to know me, and at the end of the day, I don't get nothing out of it. I just, I get a slap in the face, or I get like gaslit or something like that, and I don't win at the end of the day. I just lost like $200 trying to get to know this person and using my money to make this person think I have value. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that a lot of people are choosing to be single now because it's like it saves money, due to the fact that inflation is so high, and groceries are expensive, food is expensive, the movies are now expensive. Anything that requires two people is pricey. If you go to a bar with your specific person, drinks are now the cost of food meals. They add up really, really fast. And you shouldn't have to have a drink in your hand to get to know somebody. It shouldn't be like that. But we've been led to believe in this capitalistic society, that we have to spend money in order to like somebody, or somebody has to be spending money on us in order for us to like them. This is all capitalism, and this is not really the organic way to get to know somebody. This is not the true, divine, natural way to let somebody prove their worth to you, And so, being single is actually paying the bills now, even though you have to do things on your own, and you have to come up with money by yourself. It's a lot less headache and it's a lot less stress on you versus dealing with taking care of somebody else who's not helping you pay those bills. And most of the time when you do start dating somebody who you like, or you potentially think that you might get in a long-term relationship with, if you're dating each other and spending money on each other, chances are neither one of you is paying each other's bills. Okay, so that's a whole nother topic of discussion, because, a lot of people out here are dating for people to pay their bills. I know some women who've told me that they've needed guys to pay their car payments, or they've needed guys to help them pay their light bills and stuff, because their lights was about to get cut off. So she was just dating a guy to, keep her lights on, because she just wanted electricity in her crib with her children. Even though that wasn't his responsibility, he probably did it anyway. But at the end of the day, he has to be the one to suffer because she was using him for something. It's ridiculous now that everything is so high and inflation is so bad that it's causing, social storms and norms to be destroyed by money. Just simply by money being so scarce now, and not a lot of people have the dollar anymore like they should. It's just causing so much chaos in the dating field now, to where people that, if they did have money, or if they did have a good job and they did have a decent income, they probably would have hit it off with that date, and they would probably be in a relationship today. But they're not in a relationship today, and the dating didn't go too good, or it didn't go as planned, because one of the persons was struggling, or somebody was about to get evicted, or somebody lost their job and that person might have had a job. And so the dating just went completely left field, and nobody really ended up hitting it off at the end of the day or winning, simply because this inflation is so bad. This is bad. This is ridiculous. And so it's a sad story, but it's the truth. It is what it is. You're only going to see more of this happening. I don't think it's going to get any better anytime soon. So the only thing I can say is just make sure that you're trying to keep money out of the dating pool. Don't date somebody for money. Date somebody for the content of their character and how they treat you as a person and how they behave. Are they positive? Do they have a vision? Are they going somewhere in life? And I think that should be the determining factor of whether or not you should give somebody a chance to be able to date you. And again, to date somebody, you don't have to take them to a high-class restaurant, or you don't have to take them to a bar or something that costs buku amounts of money just to prove yourself to that person that they should like you. okay? Let's take it back to the basics, man. Picnics, you know, parks. But anyway, it's your big bro TREN, man. I thought I'd get on here and tell y'all that. Book a session if you want to talk to me in the comment section below. Peace.